Okay, so I took to my Facebook page. I'm recording tip after tip after tip, and I'm trying to stay within 5 minutes, and I keep going over. Shocker. So there's two different videos where I kind of touched on Kaylin's question about how to make your pores look normal. And then Shelly, my pastor's wife, asked about contouring and eyes. So for me, the contour and the pore situation go hand in hand, because I do what I do while I'm doing both. Like, I'm taking care of my pores while I'm doing contour. Part of contouring is also highlighting. So I go back and forth between the Mary Kay concealers, and let me tell you why. I have combination skin, and one of my favorite things that Mary Kay has is their concealers, under eye corrector and concealers. And the issue with that for me is that they are water-based. Water-based products don't always gel with my skin. I typically need an oil-based. So, shh, don't tell anybody. I use 16-hour Camo Concealer when I'm having oil under my eye issues and I can't use the water-based. This is an oil base, but it's more of like a powdery base. Like, almost as soon as you put it on, it's dry to your face. So you have to be really quick working with it. Highlight under my eyes a little bit, and I am doing something I've never done before. They were saying that if you have, I was watching a makeup tutorial yesterday, so this is a tip hack for all of us, and I'll let you know how it goes. They were saying that if you are starting to get fine lines and wrinkles, that you need to apply your product a little lower and then kind of work it up that way. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna apply a little bit right here, and I have to immediately start working because, and I'm gonna use the Mary Kay cream color brush, because this is also a brush you can use for concealer, and this is new for me also. I usually don't. And this gives off a lot of product. Like, you have to be like uber careful. And now I'm going to use my beauty blender to just pat it in and shift it around some more. Like, as bright as that looks on this screen, and what it really looks like is hilarious. Like, I look like a clown on screen right now, and like just right here it doesn't look like that. So see the difference? You don't want to just contour and not brighten up your face some. Like, highlighting your face is very important, especially for me right now, knowing that this makeup shade is a little bit dark for me. And it's already, like, you don't even really have to use a powder over this, how you would use it to set. I'm not going to be baking today. That is also something new for me. Because I did a teaching with Lori Hogg last week and she said not to. So I'm going to experiment with that, see how that goes. But I am going to bake a little on the sides of my nose, simply because that helps me with hiding my pores. I use two different finishing powders. I use Mary Kay's finishing powder. It's just translucent loose powder when I'm finishing up my makeup. But when I'm doing this, I use number 7 because it has more of a powder type when I need to take care of my nose. So I also use a totally different beauty blender because I need those lines. So what I'm gonna do is pat this in and leave it to sit where my pores are. and then I'm going to brush it away. This also kind of helps when you're contouring your nose to kind of hide it a little better, or to help with the illusion of your nose being smaller. I had to think too hard just then. And I just pack it in there, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about that it's gonna do. But I'm taking a little bit of this kind of right in this area. I'm not going right up under my eye because I have fine lines there at 30 years old. Fine lines, I don't think you can really do anything about that. And I'm picking up all this other and I'm packing it right here because this is where my glasses go. And it rubs it off. And then I do the same thing with my chin because my pores can get a little out of control there. Okay, so now I'm done with that because I'll use the Mary Kay finishing powder for the rest of my look. That's how you set up highlighting for your face. Now, if you're going a full highlight, you're gonna go up in this area right here, and you're even gonna bring your highlight shade right down here. But we're not doing that because this is a bronzer, not a full contour. Now, the difference in a bronzer and a contour, I've always called it warming up the face, and you just use like a regular bronzer for this. A contour is like a full chiseled look, and you use a contour cream or powder for it. This is the Mary Kay cream or powder, and I use actually to warm up my face. That's too heavy and thick, so as you can see, I'm almost out of butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. I have gotten to the point where I don't contour quite as much. I do more of the bronzer. I'm gonna do what I can with as little product as you can humanly possible have. This is just a regular bronzer brush. Okay, so you're gonna put this where I still treat it like it's a contour. Okay, I don't put it on the like highlights of the face, you know, where you get the sun. That's what highlighter's for me. That is not what I use bronzer for. So I still put it where I would put contour, which is gonna be right in this area. Depends on where the hollows of your cheeks are and where your cheekbones are. Like my cheekbones are right here, so I don't want it to come above right here, and you don't want it to go below that inside of your ear. But now when you're bronzing, it can go down a little bit, but you don't want it to end up all the way down your face. And that's why a lot of people use powder and stuff to come back right here in this area. I do that, so. So I'm not going above my cheekbone right here. I'm not going below, or I'm trying not to go below where the center of my ear is. And you don't really want to come further in than your eye, the corner of your eye. I mean, sometimes you do, because this is where blush goes. So I'm gonna try to chisel out this area via bronzer enough. I was contouring. My jawline requires a lot of work. And you want to make sure anything you're doing, you always hit your ear with it, because when your ear doesn't match, that's when people ask questions. Now I'm still doing the same, like, I still have the same contour mindset when I'm doing this. And I'm going up into my hairline, coming right here. You don't want to come too far in, because then it makes your forehead look really weird. Okay, so I am going to contour my nose just to show you what that would look like. I'm using a Jeffree Star This is his actual contour brush. So when I contour and chisel, this is what I use. And it gives you those small strokes that really help you chisel your face out. I love it. So I'm using the Mary Kay contour powder, pressed powder. And I'm going right here. Because sometimes if you contour crazy with your nose, you can end up making your nose look bigger. So that's not what I'm trying to do. I don't like my nose. I've never liked my nose. So I'm just pinching the brush like this. And I'm going right down the bridge of my nose. I did it a little, it's a little crooked, more crooked than what I normally do, but I used to bring it all the way down here, and then I realized that did not help at all. I watch a lot of makeup videos, so you can see the difference in my nose, like for real. And then I have really skinny lips, so I will also contour my lips as well. As far as blush goes, blush is definitely a part of contouring. I don't think people really realize that. I'm going to be using Rosy Nude, which I also need, and the Mary Kay cheek brush. This brush can be used 3 ways. It can be used for contouring, highlighting, and blush. I just use it for blush, as you can tell. I have plenty of brushes for everything else. And like for me today, I'm not really bringing it all the way in on the apples of my cheeks because I'm just trying to slim up my face. I'm not really trying to like full out anything. What you do with your blush also alters the shape of your face as well. So just always remember that. Like people, like I feel naked without blush when I contour. Like I will wear it that way, but I always feel like super naked. I'm trying to get a little more light on my face. Sorry guys. I have a light mirror here and my ring light here, so I am bringing it a little down, but it's like no extra product on the brush. I'm just bringing it down. If you bring it too far down, you end up with a like droopy face look, and we don't ever want that. So sometimes I will stop it where I stop my contour because it gives a little more of a lifted look. And now I'm kind of dotting around right here with anything that's left on the brush, okay? But I'm pretty much done with contour, really. I mean, that's really all there is to it. You just have to know the shape of your face, and you have to experiment and just really spend time figuring out what looks best on your face.